In this video, we'll update our U1 screen so that it shows some statistics about our progress at the end of the game. Okay, first of all, let's head over to our Game 1 scene. Now, on the left here, inside of the VBox container, I'm going to right-click, add a child node, and I'm going to add another VBox container. Now, I'm going to drag this VBox container to be in the middle of label and button here. Then I'm going to right-click on VBox container, and I'm going to add 3 new labels. So 3 label nodes as children. Now, in the first label, I'm going to write stats. In the second label, I'm going to write coins with a colon. And in the third label, I am going to write time taken with a colon. And in each of the labels, we're going to update the font. So select a label, scroll to theme overrides, go to fonts. And then inside of our assets, we want to make sure we find the fonts and update it with our font from the Brackeys assets. For font size, we'll update that to 32 pixels. And we will repeat this for each of the labels. Now I'm going to go to my first label here, and I'm just going to make the alignment of the text to the center. Now I'll select the very top VBox container over here on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to go into the theme overrides, and for the separation property, I will set that to 50, and that's going to give us a bit of space between all the text here. Then I'll go back to the inner VBox container, and in the theme overrides and constants, I will also set the separator to 20 to give a bit more space between the text inside of that. And now it's just a case of doing the code that's going to update the statistics for us when we win the game. So let's swap to the script view. Make sure the Game 1 manager is the selected script. Then we're going to get the label 2, click and drag, hold control and let go. And label 3, click and drag, hold control and let go. That will create references to the 2 labels that we need to update. And then inside of the ready function, this is the code we're going to add. We're going to update label 2's text to say coins. And then we're going to add on the score that is stored in our game state. And for the label 3's text, which is for the amount of time we took to complete the game, we will add on the time taken, which we will calculate within the game state. And I'll show you how we calculate that next as well. So if we swap to the game manager script, then if we go to our next level function, what we're going to do is just below where we increase the level number, we're going to say gamestate.timetaken plus equals 30 minus timer.timeleft. So what's happening here is 30 represents the total amount of time that my timer takes. So in the level scene, we made a timer and we set the wait time to 30 seconds. So let's imagine it has taken our player 25 seconds to complete the level. The value of timer.timeleft would be 5. So therefore we say 30 minus 5, which equals 25, meaning it took the player 25 seconds to complete the level. So we're going to add the value 25 onto time taken, which remember is inside of our game state script. So time taken will now equal 25. Then if we go back to the game manager, we're going to add this line of code again down here. So this time, once we've completed level 2, we again are going to do that calculation because again, it's a 30-second timer still in the second level as well. If you were going to change the amount of time for your second level, you would need to make sure to update this value to whatever the timer is in that level. And so basically, if we subtract the amount of time left on the timer from the total amount of time, we can get a value that represents the amount of time that it's taken the player to complete the level. And another thing we can do to make this better is if we go and have a look at our level and see how many coins we've added. So we have added, in this case, 7 coins. In level 2, I also added 7 coins. So 7 add 7 is 14. So if I go to my game 1 and go into the script, then when I display my coin count, at the end here, I'm also going to add +/14. So I'm letting the player know that they collected however many coins it was out of a total of 14. Now let's test if this works. Okay, so I just went and tested it and I had made an error. So I forgot that our timer here is actually referring to the label, whereas I should have used level timer. So down here where I did this calculation, it should actually say level timer.timeleft, not timer.timeleft. So I'll go and run that again to test. And there we go. So we missed 2 of the coins in that playthrough, and our total time was 32 seconds. And that is it for displaying your statistics at the end of the game.